I have been having an amazing experience with the fish. Some of them have been recorded, and there were two families that they were interacting the whole magic of the thing, because I was going to have the same experience I was having yesterday and the day before yesterday with the same species of fish. So I had already three different species with three different categories, the three different behaviors, three different everything. The way they were knocking on my foot, some of them were doing it, some of them they were not. Some of them they were more aggressive, biting my fingers, and not, they're just very careful. So they were, after 3 days, it was like learning the whole society, being the sociologist of these three species of fish. So I've been not studying them, I've been co-living with them. I was part of that dimension, and I was with them for 3 days. Every day the behavior was different from the previous day, but there was a progression in trusting myself, and they were getting closer, and I was touching them more and more and more. And sometimes they don't come just for the food, they come just to touch me. And there was this family that there were these fisherman people. Some of fishermen, maybe they have some higher connection with life and everything, and maybe they are very aware of how sacred life is, and they are really appreciating and saying, really, I'm going to absorb your energy or whatever. But if you're not like that, you are the opposite, that like under the water, everything living is for the kitchen. That's the only connection that you have in your spiritual life. So these kind of people are the opposite for myself, and they were invading my small pool where I was interacting with my animals for 3 days. So I was there for a long time, feeling them, and then feeding them a little bit, and connecting with them, and letting them call me. And the connection was higher and higher, and bigger and more dense. And then they were organizing and preparing their apparels for fishing, but they were like, oh my God, this guy is a machine with the animals. That was the first impression they had. Este tío es un máquina, that's what they said. And then the boy was like, oh, I'm here with the wire and the hook, and all the fish are with him. I don't know why they are all going with him. That's why he was complaining. And then the tide was getting lower and lower. It was more like yesterday, and then the connection was bigger. And then I fed them a little bit, and when I had no food at all, I just relaxed, and I went to their level, and I was feeling them swimming with my hand, and they were following me, dancing with it, biting me, and I was touching them and playing with them. And then I look at him, and he said, it's not easy. That's the thing that he said. The first thing that you didn't understand. He said something like, that's difficult, or that's not easy. I think it was that not easy, because then he brought me to easy life. Eso no es fácil. Maybe something like that. And then I pretended I didn't understand him, because he doesn't know because he only hears me speaking English. He doesn't know that I speak Spanish. So I pretend that I'm not understanding, so he can be more in his own world, because I don't want him to be in my world. So that's the main differentiation why I'm not speaking in Spanish, to keep that bubble isolated. You understand? So then on the second time, when I knew what I was doing and why, because I said, I'm not going to enter in any kind of conflict with these people, even if they are invading everything and they are this elephant in my universe. I'm not going to enter in a conflict. I'm going to teach them a lesson. And I didn't know what it was going to be, but I told you many minutes before nothing happened. And then on the second time, after seeing this connection, I did the same thing. But then my boy, everybody was there, and then I was touching them all the ways. So the three different species, they were all of them following me everywhere. And they were not doing what I wanted to do. We were all doing what we wanted to do. That's the difference. And he said, this guy got them hypnotized. Los tiene a todos How did he say? Flipados. Flipados. Los tiene a todos flipados. He was thinking out loud saying that. But he said, "Whoa." When I finished, he was laughing. And I felt without laughing what he was already saying. And he said, wow, he's got them hypnotized. Yes, they are not hypnotized. I was hypnotized. I was in alpha state. I don't know what I was doing. I was just feeling them. So I am not controlling them. They are not controlling me. We are playing together.